Meridian is meaningful and powerful, impactful, especially in July when we host the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast. It's an opportunity for pastors to come together and pray for our community. Mission Mississippi has sponsored, has led the way in planning this event, and we are so glad to be a part of it here in Meridian.
One of the things that makes it impactful for me is just when I look out on our city and I see so many people who need Jesus, and I see how very often the fact that we as believers haven't been unified has put obstacles in the way of that. To see how as Mission Mississippi, as the organization and as individual members, we've been able to come together and overcome some of those barriers. Shows me it can be done in other places, and it gives us the opportunity to go out into the community and say, hey, listen, we've got a Jesus for you, and it doesn't matter if you're black or white.
Well, one of the most impactful things that has come as a result of Mission Mississippi presence in Meridian has been the relationships that have formed after the meetings. It's all because of the meetings, the relationships, the opportunities to meet that Mission Mississippi affords our city. So that's a great blessing of Mission Mississippi presence here in Meridian.
Yeah, I think of one in particular. A few years ago, we had a pastor who came to one of our prayer breakfasts who just came to pray for our city, and he stuck around for the panel discussion we had after that prayer breakfast related to racial reconciliation. And my sense was that he was a little skeptical of what we were talking about, but we began to talk, and he asked questions, and we answered questions back and forth, and then I learned a couple of weeks later that he had taken what we had talked about, and he preached a sermon on it just a couple of weeks later in his church. And so that's one of the real ones that stands out for me.
Because the work is not done. The work of reconciliation, the ministry that Jesus has given to us as believers is not done. As long as we're on this side of the earth of life, then we have work to do. There are more people who need to be connected. There are more people who are waiting for opportunities for connection. And so when we look at the divisiveness that continues to exist in our country, then we are committed more than ever to continue the work of reconciliation here in Meridian.
Yeah, I think sometimes we think of racial division, racism as a problem to be solved, when it's just like every other sin. It's a sin that's just going to be going on throughout time, and therefore it has to be addressed in every generation, at every time, to every group, so we can stay together. It was a problem during biblical times, it's a problem now, and so it's going to continue to be something the church needs to address.